Dawn cracks over a cramped Brooklyn apartment, and 26-year-old Alex Rivera, a graphic designer fresh from NYU with a $45,000 diploma debt hanging like fog, scrolls wedding Pinterest boards on her phone while her boyfriend Jordan sleeps beside her, his own $52,000 tapped from state school repayments, siphoning $650 monthly from his entry-level marketing gig. She lingers on lace gowns and venue shots, heart-twisting as the calculator app spits back. $1,200 monthly combined payments mean no rings. No vows, no down payment on the $800,000 starter condo they eyed last spring. "We love each other," Alex whispers to the screen, tears blurring filters. "But this shadow? It's stealing our forever one deferred dream at a time." This isn't whimsy. It's the vice of 2025 for Alex and 13.1 million Gen Z borrowers. We're $1.81 trillion in total U.S. student debt, up 4.16% from last year, devours 20% of their starter salaries, delaying homeownership for 39% and marriage for 18%, all amid a cooling job market where recent grads' unemployment ticks at 5.3%. As Jordan stirs, murmuring soon, Alex closes the app, the weight settling deeper. How do you build a life when loans lock the door? Grip this thread because Alex's ache isn't isolated. It's the escalating eclipse dimming a generation's dawn, where every payment postpones joy and the job hunt's chill amplifies the freeze. We'll chase the shadow's sharpest edges next, unearthing the fury, the fight, and the faint lights piercing through. That fragile soon shatters into sharp shards as the alarm blares. Jordan's interview rejection email pings. The third this week in a market where class of 2025 grads fired off 10 applications but snagged just 0.78 offers, down from 0.83 last year as underemployment clings at 41% for the degree-holding young. Cut to Austin, where 24-year-old engineer Lena Kim paces her shared studio. $28,000 in loans average for her cohort, gobbling $526 monthly, 22% above the national payer's bite, forcing her to ghost a realtor after pre-approval crumbled under DTI ratios bloated by repayments. "I aced circuits, landed a $68,000 gig," Lena vents over coffee steam, voice veiling venom. "But this chain? It yanked my keys." 39% of us sidelined from homes, 62% fearing we'll never cross that threshold. The stakes skyrocket. In a frosty entry-level frost where 5.8% unemployment stalked March grads, the highest since 2013. Lena's cohort clocks 4.59% joblessness through July, double the 2019 thaw as AI nibbles entry rungs and factories ghost. Zoom to Chicago. 27-year-old barista-turned-analyst Theo Grant, $35,000. Noose tightening around his neck, skips proposing to his partner of 5 years. The dollar. $3,000 wedding dream deferred as 13% site loans for stalled IDOS and 21% of Gen Z peg. WIII odds higher than home buys in 5 years. Under that thickening dread, indignation ignites like embers in a gale, not fireworks, but the festering fire of futures filched. Alexis simmers in subway scrolls, apps tallying $450 bites from her $52,000 salary. We grind for degrees, promising doors, but these shadows slam them, delaying our home by years, our wedding by maybes, all while jobs ghost us at 5.3%. It's the sting of scrolling Zillow wish lists, hearts heavy as 60% of millennial kin echo her stall, now infecting Gen Z's dawn. Lena's lashes out in group chats, fury flaring, engineers building empires for others. Yet minds mortgaged to memory. 22% of us blame this beast for barren bank accounts, cheaper condos, or none at all. The betrayal bites deeper for Theo, tallying rings in secret. Love's not ledgered, but life's ledger laughs. 18% postponing promises. Prenups are twisted till death clause, resenting a system scripting scarcity when we scripted success. Nationwide, 71% of borrowers defer majors homes for 51%. Kits for 15%, cars for 34%, their wrath a whisper roar in roommate rants. The pilfered prime of youth where 84% delay milestones, equity evaporating as older gen's shadows stretch. It's the grad ghosting family barbecues, dodging settled yet? Barbs, the collective cringe of cap and gown confetti curdling to chains where ambition's ache meets arithmetic's assault. But from that forge of frustration, fortitude flares the raw recalibration, rewriting rules in real time. Alex's alliance? A debt dodger duo plan. Apps like YNAB Slicing spends 15%, funneling $150 extra monthly via freelance gigs that pad her portfolio without peril. Inspired by co-op cohorts where shared spreadsheets slash stalls by 20%. It's our rebellion, she beams. Budgeting blooms and bloom. Wedding fund whispers growing while loans loosen grip. Lena's leveraged lender swaps refinancing to 5.5% rates via Sophie, trimming $80 monthly, blending with roommate rebates reclaiming 25% rent relief, as NAR's generational trends tout 37% first-timers juggling loans yet landing keys through such savvy. Theo's threaded thrift. Side scroll. Etsy crafts netting $300 weekly auto roundups to Ally, yielding 4.2% on scraps. Echoing Gallup's grit where 40% repay in under 10 years via micro milestones delayed. Duos drafting prenups not in panic but partnership 48% Gen Z plotting finances prec I do versus 25% peers. These aren't escapes. They're end runs barter bridesmaids for blooms, virtual vows via Zoom to test tides, community cosigns for condos. As Empowers hacks hand back $500 yearly in breathing room. Threads Taunton though. Against tides to title for tweaks alone eyes etch on elevations like expanded IDR caps shielding 30% payments for low earners. Or nonprofit navigators forgiving $50 billion arrears as undoes model men's 40% scars. They hunger for horizons. Employer tuition matches blooming to 14.3% nests. Job fairs fusing fintech filters to fast-track 5.3% grads. Or cultural cascades where 76% see their squeeze as systemic, spurring scaled scholarships, slashing starts by 25%. The Vista de Voice? Vindication of velocity where designs deliver domiciles unencumbered, where vows vault over vaults, where 22 to 27s surge sans 4.59% stalls. As Alex etches in her planner, we crave the clarity of clear slates where degrees dawn delights, not dusk. If Alex's aching apps, Lena's lender leaps, or Theo's thrift triumphs tugged at your own tangled timelines, let that tug turn to traction thumbs skyward to surge these sagas, or venting comments the pivot that's pierced your own pall. And if these shadows stir your story's spark, weave into the American Pulse, weave subscribe, and sound the alert. We're not merely mapping the murk, we're musing the muster, one resonant reveal at a time. Shadows stretch, but the next casts colder. Up next on the American Pulse, we unmask job market mirage. Slowing growth, hiding 4.1%. Unemployment's toll on blue-collar dreams. We'll prowl plant floors phantomid, communities crumbling in concealed collapse, where hammers hush and hopes hang by threads. The intrigue? It's the underbelly you sense stirring. Swing back, stoke the spark.